Hey y'all, we're still looking at a longitudinal cut of skeletal muscle, but this time we've stained it for neurons. Skeletal muscles are controlled by somatic motor neurons. Its cell body is found in the spinal cord for most control of most muscles. And this motor neuron extends a long projection called an axon. You can see the axon is this very long thread-like thing going in different directions. It extends its axon, and that axon branches and then communicates to different muscle fibers. When you have one neuron controlling many muscle fibers, that altogether is called a motor unit. One neuron controls many muscle fibers is called a motor unit. This makes it a lot more efficient to control things, because you just need to control one neuron to control many things. If you want to have really fine, precise movements, you want one neuron to only a couple muscle fibers. But if you want less precise but very strong movements, like say with your legs, that would be one neuron to like thousands of muscle fibers. So precise movements would be like for moving your eyes around, your eye muscles. Less precise, more power, that would be for something like your leg muscles. Okay, let's take a closer look. We're at 40x right now. Here is a 100x. Oh, my pointer's blending in with the muscle fibers. You can see the axon of these neurons, extending all around, kind of wiggling around too here. But you can also notice these little dark circular-ish regions where those axons end. The term for where axons end, that's called an axon terminal. These are axon terminals. And if you look really closely, let me go to 400x. If you look really closely, you can see that it's kind of spotty within the axon terminal. The reason why it's spotty, it's because it's full of neurotransmitter, specifically acetylcholine. But this neurotransmitter, when a neuron's activated, that neurotransmitter leaves by exocytosis. So those neurotransmitters are inside of vesicles. The neurotransmitter leaves by exocytosis. It's released into the cleft of the neuromuscular junction. That's the special synapse between a muscle and a neuron. Between a neuron and a muscle. And the acetylcholine will bind to what's called the motor end plate of the muscle fiber. And that's where you have receptors that get activated. Sorry. There we go. So once again, we have neurotransmitter being released by these axon terminals. They get released by exocytosis. They bind to receptors on the motor end plate. And then the muscle gets activated, and that leads to contraction. So this whole region where the pointer is pointing, this whole region here, there we go. This whole region here is the neuromuscular junction. The part of the neuron is the axon terminal of the neuromuscular junction. The part of the muscle fiber is the motor end plate of the neuromuscular junction. And the motor end plate is special because that's where you find receptors for that particular neurotransmitter called acetylcholine.